The gray squirrel just ran across the road and hit that brush pile. He's still in the brush pile over there. He was getting it. It's early, we'll get him on the way back. Yeah. I was just thinking this morning on this hunt that it's been over 50 years when I killed my first squirrel, and I'll never forget it. And sometimes I forget how much fun that was. You know, today we got a lot of deer now. We didn't have many deer back then, but these kids grow up and first thing they go is kill nice big old bucks, and I don't blame them, I do it too, but they're missing out on some of the most fun times in the woods.
It's the most mentally stimulating game that I pursue. I mean, you just never know what they're gonna do, but they're forgiving.
Arkansas squirrel season opened around the 1st of October for many years. And even though the season now remains open throughout much of the year, there's nothing quite like an early fall squirrel hunt to rekindle the passion for small game hunting.
The spot I want to put you is right in here. Okay.
Go that way.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We'll hunt in there and ease back to the road after a while.
Okay, all right.
Surveys show that participation in small game hunting has declined in recent years, but hunters may be missing out on some of Arkansas's most abundant and most accessible game animals.
It represents the best free hunting that we have left, because there again, we have 1 million+ acres of public land that you can just easily access and go hunting. License, $10.50 a year. As far as free entry-level sports, I don't think it gets better than squirrels.
Squirrel hunting also represents a good entry point for young hunters.
For young people, it's really important that they experience some success when they get started. 9 times out of 10, when you deer hunt, you're probably not going to kill a deer. We got a great state to hunt in. There's 1 million+ deer, but the odds are day in, day out is that you may not get one. You know, it's more likely that you won't. But as far as squirrels, I'd practically guarantee that you'll get a shot. And what you do with that is up to you.
You learn so much when you're in the woods squirrel hunting. Like, you know, today, obviously I was looking for squirrels, but in the back of my mind, I was looking on the ground for deer tracks.
Here at Mike Free's Wattensaw Wildlife Management Area near Hazen, you'll find a lot of deer sign, but there's no shortage of squirrels either.
Every time somebody tells me, man, you can shoot all the squirrels you want right off my back porch. I'm like, yeah, I probably could, but you know, this is what I come for. It's like all of this. It's not just for shooting. It's to see a gnarly looking place like this. The squirrels are extra wild.
While Clifton slipped through the woods still hunting, Wild Man took a different approach.
I've come to the conclusion, if I would squirrel hunt like I deer hunt, I have better luck just sitting still and being quiet, but I just can't do it very long.
They call it slip hunting or still hunting, but it's really methodical. I mean, you know, you really got to be watching it, and you know, your eyes and your hearing. Okay. He can't tote that Magnum. It's too heavy for him.
He just jumped at that tree. Look at him, look at him. Going left to right. So I went out there pretty good ways, and luckily he was working his way toward us and finally got close enough to shoot. About the time I was getting ready to shoot him, I saw another one out of the corner of my eye coming over toward him. And so I shot this one. I mean, he fell, hit the ground, and I tried to shoot the other one, and I missed him.
I think he got away. pace yourself pretty slow. Stop and look around, listen, looking up and looking down. We've seen squirrels in trees, we've seen squirrels on the ground, so you got to be very attentive when you squirrel hunt.
Is this fried squirrel?
That's right, fried squirrel. But here at the World Champion Squirrel Cook-Off, that's just the tip of the squirrel's tail.
Baja squirrel tacos.
Humado on polenta with stuffed bell peppers.
Squirrel empanadas.
Blackened ground squirrel.
5-spice seared squirrel and a sushi hand roll.
That's just a small sample of what was cooking on Bentonville's downtown square at this year's World Champion Squirrel Cook-Off.
We had some real creative stuff, and you know, it's hard to prove to people that this isn't just a source of meat. This is a culinary treasure that we're missing out on in our state. You know, hunting is way down for squirrel hunting. I'm really here to promote it. I think we did a great job today.
Joe Wilson of Bentonville put together the first World Champion Squirrel Cook-Off in 2012. Capitalizing on the state's abundance of squirrels, Wilson wanted to encourage more small game hunting and take advantage of the trend towards sustainable local food sources.
I wanted to promote small game hunting. I wanted to promote the use of wild game. And if we could use squirrel, which is our smallest mammal that we're out hunting, we can do this with everything from our big game to our fowl, ducks, turkeys. It's real important to me that the public knows that wild game is a sustainable source of meat. It's a great source of meat, and it's probably the healthiest thing you can put on your dinner table.
Research in Arkansas and around the country shows that the recent uptick in hunting participation stems from a desire for organic, sustainable protein.
We survey people all the time on reasons why they do or don't hunt. One of the things that's increasingly making a comeback is people hunting for food, just wanting a low-impact, sustainable source of protein.
Protein was plentiful on the Bentonville Square. 34 teams from 6 states competed this year, and thousands of people crowded into the streets to sample the team's imaginative squirrel dishes.
Good.
A sequestered 14-judge panel tasted samples from the teams and awarded this year's top prize to Bud and Bones, a barbecue team from Pea Ridge. Squirrel was the main course, but the side dishes included liberal portions of humor and good times.
Our event is ranked by USA Today as one of the top 10 culinary events in the United States. And we didn't get that just by having a bunch of rednecks out cooking squirrels. I mean, we did it by bringing everybody. And so what's unique is we have everything from chefs to barbecue teams to just your camp cook coming out here, laying their heart to it and providing the public with a sample of wild game.